Hello. Wait, where the heck am I? Where am I? VTube Studio has not loaded the file. Here it is. Yep, there's me. And there's me on the computer. And this is, it's Monday streaming. We're here on Monday. Everyone, welcome. What is this image? It is a very nice looking place. It is in fact Lovango Cay in the US Virgin Islands. That's right. It looks quite nice. It's very blue. I don't think I've ever seen water this blue before. Anyway, we are going to be doing some more game development. Now here's the thing, is that the Game Boy Jam, GB Jam, is actually over, which tells you that I was not able to get the game completed. But that's fine, it's fine. I've started the game and I will simply just work on it even outside the context of the Game Jam. But for those of you interested, GB Jam 13, various people have submitted their game. You could check them out if you want. Now these games are not necessarily made in Game Boy. They're not necessarily playable on Game Boy. They're just made with similar restrictions to Game Boy in mind. Namely around color scheme. They're not color scheme, but the limit of colors and screen resolution. But you know, they can do stuff that cannot be done on Game Boy. But it's not the case for me. Mine can actually be played on the Game Boy. Anyway, let me actually greet people. Welcome Stream Elements, welcome Lastabaka, welcome A Poland, welcome Stanley, Vacuously, Chicken Coop Enjoyer. Thank you for the 39 months. That is in fact almost 40. That's crazy. It is so many months. You got the fishing. Remember this? It's still on the screen. Welcome Tag Barrel Storage as well. And also Duck. Alright, so what have I done since last time? Good question. We will find out today. What? No sessions? There it is. Okay, we're gonna update. We're gonna check out the thing. The project is still called Example, despite the fact that it's not really an example anymore. But okay, take a look. Take a look, y'all. We got this. I got no work done today. Oh, what the frick? No such file Python? Oh no, what the? I don't have Python installed. Okay, I guess we're gonna work through installing Python. Here we go. WSL, how do you, okay, Nix packages, search. Python 3, you gotta have Python 3. Anyone out there installing Python? Python 3.14, Python 314. It's being installed right now. Anyway, yeah. I don't know, I didn't really do any work today. I was like watching streams. Vacuously was streaming Hollow Knight, not Hollow Knight. Well, yes it is Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight Silk Song. For like 8 hours. It was like, I don't feel like doing work. Northern Line was streaming. I don't know. And also like, so there's like a work event that's happening this week, which is why I'm not streaming on Wednesday. But you know, most people are traveling because this is an event where people that are not in the New York office are going to New York. And so, you know, Mondays they're traveling. And so, you know, there's not really much expectation. I can't talk. Expectation for work to be done. So I kind of just didn't do anything. Welcome Hamflo, welcome Nutritious. But I hope you all had a good day. And now that we have Python installed, we can now run the thing. Welcome Piss. Vacuously was not streaming. There is no streamer called Vacuously. She's literally right there. I can't believe that you would say this about a streamer that is right there. But how are you doing today? Are you having a good day? And then who did Wolfie do cute emotes for? Amelia Watson, Pomu Rainpuff, Mint Phantom, Wolfes, Vacuously. I think it's all of them. That's all the emotes I've done. Have I done emotes for any other people? I don't think so. That's it. That's life. Anyway, this is what I've changed. Okay, look, we have, check this out. We can solve a picross puzzle. And if you'll remember last time we did this, it would just end there. It'll show the level and then check it out. Fade out. We have a fade out, and you can also go to the next one. Oh, that's crazy. You can play multiple levels. There's going to be a level select at some point. But this one... Guys, guess what this one is? Actually, I guess that should be a thing. Guess what this is? I bet you can't guess. You're like, is it the white space or is it the... Okay, it is a cat. Okay, good, good. It is in fact a cat. Dog? No, it's a cat. It's actually a cat. Now, I still need to add the thing that shows text to tell you what the thing you just solved was. It is, right? Welcome, Mint. Look, we got the 3... I forgot what these were supposed to be. But I'm going to solve them right now on stream. Yeah, you can guess. Guys, what is this one? What do you think this is? Actually, let me also open up Sprite. Because I do make these in Sprite. Mouse? No, that's totally not the same. That is actually a house. Okay, what about this one? Also, okay, so things that I've changed since last time. The fade in, fade out, switching levels. We have this indicator now. You can see what row and column you're currently on. We have another indicator up top. And then you'll notice this thing on the side is simply to demonstrate that you can put different tiles on the side. And I think that's cool. And then, okay, check this one out. Got this one. It goes up, and then you got that one, and also this one. Alright, what about this one? What do you think this is? It's like one of those like Dora the Explorer. Guys, what is it? What do you think this is? And then I wait for several seconds. Welcome, Kurisu Murray. Blinky. It's a ghost. It is in fact a ghost. A ghoul. A ghoul. Clyde. No, it's a ghost. Okay, and then this one, it's got what do you think this one is? Can you solve this one? There's a 5, there's a 3, there's a 2 and a 1. This 2, it's gotta be like this, right? And then it's actually, whoa, look at that. What about this one? Clyde is a ghost, yeah, but it's not exactly that ghost, okay? You see every ghost and you're like, that's Clyde? I don't think so. This looks so good. When I last saw it, there was lots of jank. Now it's 3 days later, it's borderline perfect. What do you mean, jank? You're telling me it didn't look perfect 3 days ago? I can't believe this guy. Umbrella, it is in fact an umbrella. Welcome, Chocojax. And then look at this, we got 5, there's a 3, it goes up. There's a 2 right there. Another 5. Alright, what about this one? Chat, what do you think this one is? Actually, like, sometimes it's a bit confusing, because, like, you might think to look at the white space. Sometimes you're looking at the black, sometimes the white. I should probably, like, when I expand this, I should put, like, a white border around it. So, you know, the way it's supposed to be visualized. Atlas, no, it's an hourglass. Look, we got the hourglass right there. The sand is in the bottom. Me when I play picross. Do you know how to play picross? Does anyone here not know how to play picross? The white is doing this thing. I could see it. It's like these are the fingers. It's like a W as well. Anyway, the next one's fun. Look at this. What do you think this is? That's right, we're reading arbitrary bytes from memory, and it just generated a puzzle unintentionally. I don't know if this puzzle is possible. It's random every time, because it's simply it's reading from uninitialized memory. So we're taking 16 bytes randomly from memory, and then it generates. I don't know what this is about. It's broken, but this is probably not solvable. But that's the extent of what I have done. And this is how they're defined. Look at this. We have different tags in Asprite. We have a heart, a kitten, specifically a kitten, not a cat. I mean, I guess a kitten is a cat, but this is specifically a kitten because it's small. I have no idea what picross is. Well, it's nonograms, actually. This one was a bit more difficult to see, but if there's a line of text saying what it is, I would accept it. Yeah, I think that's a thing I would need to add at some point. Eventually. Probably, maybe today, maybe on today's stream. I don't know how to play picross. My assumption is that you pi and also cross. No, that's different. It's a combination of picture and cross. It's actually, that's what it is. Sphinx. No, it's a different thing. That's you're so silly, guys. And then to add a new puzzle, it's so simple. All you have to do is make a new frame, give it a different tag. Let's make a new one right now. New tag. What do we make? What can we make a picross today? Figure out if it's even solvable. Anyway, the how I did this though, you may be wondering, Wolfie, how did you do this? Whoa, this is so cool. How did you do? Whoa, that's crazy. I wrote a Python script. Actually, this is, yeah, we're generating new header files. I refactored everything. Not everything, but a lot of things have been refactored. We now generate various things. The tags, we generate the frame start, frame count. We generate things about how many tiles there are, frame width. Combination of picture of from, I can't read, a combination of picture and Ross from Friends. Yes. Picross, didn't we make this joke like 2 years ago? Picross, yeah, that's, yeah, she did actually. How will you deal with music? I have not determined that yet. So the Game Boy, there's a thing called, what is it called? Huge Driver or something? Huge Driver, what is this, America? Huge Driver. It is a thing that you like edit something in a program and then it generates code, I think, to put in your game. I don't really know. Playing music in Game Boy. Look, you make songs from this thing. It generates something. I don't know. Welcome, Dip. Hello. That's it. Welcome, Simulder, as well. I always see you post this, like in every single chat. Other people's chats as well as mine. But yeah, you can make music this way. I assume that sound effects are also done the same way. But yeah, that's life. Anyone living life right now? Any fans of life? What if we made a new picross puzzle right now? Let's make a 10 by 10 and then figure out if it's actually possible. Picross puzzle designer. Puzzle generator. Draw. 10 by 10. Next. That is not 10 by 10. What is this? Did I not type in 10 by 10? Oh, did I need to click refresh? They have me making Django web application. I've never hated living more than... I thought you worked at a grocery store. Was that a lie? Are you making a website for a supermarket? What are you doing? You lie about your job. I can't believe this. You said you lied about your work. What are we doing? Django Unchained. Django. I don't know. I've never really used Django. Do you think this one is solvable? What is this? What even is this, guys? Okay, what am I doing today, though? Besides badly designing a puzzle, I think what I could do today is I could add a timer. Because, you know, if you look at Mario's Picross, or pretty much any Picross game... Okay, Mario Picross is a bit different, because their timer goes down. But in this one, we're going to have a timer that goes up. It'll count how long you've taken on the puzzle, and then it'll be like... Look at this, you took 50 minutes on this. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Wario mode, yeah, but like we're thinking of like just any Picross game, Picross S. What if you had the timer count slightly too fast? You can't have that. That's actually that's illegal. It's actually not allowed. Can't believe that you would even suggest such a thing. Okay, so this is how I updated the tile set. So at the top here we have these things. On the side we have this SDE instead of side. I guess I could have made it side. They are in fact on the side. So alignment would not matter as much. But I think it'd be nice, you know, let's keep it like that. It's fine. Side. Any side sleepers? No, let's not do that. You know, let's not do that. I would rather not change the way things currently are. Okay, so to make a timer, what we gotta do, we gotta make some numbers. Now I could reuse the existing numbers that we had, because like this, we had this, but I feel like it would be nicer to not reuse this, simply because you know, these are meant for the grid, and they have to be 6 by 6. But if we had a timer, it can be a larger item. Let's make an 8 by 8 here, and then we're gonna load the palette. Now, which one specifically? It's gonna be this one. And now that we have this, we just have to design some numbers. We start with the 0. We could give this an outline as well. 8 by 8 number font. Welcome to a girl pal. What? A palette. Load palette. Monday. It is in fact Monday. Palette? Oh, like palette, like it's like a suffix for female characters or names. It's like Toadette or Smurfette or whatever. Isn't that strange though? Their name, they have their species and then at the end. It's like there's not gonna be like a human named Humanette, right? And yet Toadette is like, you know, she's a toad but female, and then Smurfette, like she's a Smurf but female. Humanette. Anyone named Humanette? Humanette, guys. Okay, so let's have numbers. Here's a 0. Actually, I feel like it should be 7 by 7 because, or 7 by 8. Because if it's 8 by 8, there's not going to be enough padding for the next thing. I am named that. What the? I thought you were male. I know this is probably a bit, but like, whoa, what the? I guess you could imagine, like, you could be named something but also be a guy. That's also possible. Man and woman, Toad and what Toad? What Toad? What is that even? Okay, so that's a 0. And then gotta have a 1. Anyone know how to... Any font designers? Has anyone here designed a font before? Does anyone even know? You've also not responded to me questioning your working in a supermarket. I can't believe it. As if someone would send a message and then not be around to respond immediately. Is anyone afraid of that? Like sometimes if I'm in a chat and I'm not gonna be there for the next few minutes, or like, okay, when I first show up to a chat, if I know I'm not gonna be there, I don't say hi, even though I have the stream open. It's only when I'm gonna be around for at least 5 minutes that I leave my first message. Because otherwise, what if I say something and then the streamer asks something and I'm not there? Right? Then it's like, it's no, they're depending on me to answer a question and I've let them down. Can't believe this. I betrayed their trust. They will never trust me ever again. They'll be like, I asked this guy a question and he didn't answer. You know, every time he shows up, I'm gonna be like, get this guy out. He didn't answer my question. Unbelievable. Is this a good font? 1, 0. I feel like it's not a good font. What if we take 8x? What if we just copy Mario's picross? Like I've been doing so far. Does that happen? Can anyone relate to this? Streamers. We have a lot of streamers in chat. Okay, we're gonna take this image, we're gonna copy from this. Okay, so let's see, they got this one. View grid, grid settings. See, look, here's the thing about their numbers. They don't even fit on the grid. They're like 1 off. They're not even... Oh, but look at this though. They kind of fit. Like the 2, it does fit in 8x8, but then it's like offset. They should make Haunted Mario Picross where it kills you. That's the regular Picross. It's literally how regular Picross works. Welcome BrainZap. Nintendo sent me... Oh, sorry. I guess I can't call it Picross. It has to be nonograms. Do you all know that Picross can only be used on Nintendo consoles? Is that because Nintendo, I guess, owns the copyright? It's real. It is, in fact, a real thing. What the frick? Welcome, Neo Zero. I don't know the rules. Okay, what if I explain the rules? Would anyone here appreciate an explanation of the rules? If you've been watching this stream this whole time and thought, like, I don't know what he's even doing. What even is he doing? So this is Picross, okay? If I make a themed Picross, then the person who's playing it would have to know how it works. Welcome, Jose. Blasting Nintendo? No. Okay, so this is how Picross works, okay? You have a grid, it's got numbers at the top and the bottom. That's wrong, I actually made that up. On the side, I can't believe it. It's numbers on the side. I'm messing up my explanation here. And so these numbers tell you how many things there are concurrently. Okay, they're next to each other. There's like one marked tile, followed by any number of empty spaces, followed by one marked tile. And by marked, I mean filled. So this is possibly valid. Now we know based on context clues that it's probably not this. You see this 5, right? You look at the big numbers, 5 here. There must be 5 across. So there's only one possible solution, right? And then you look at this, the 2, there has to be 2 things next to each other. Now since we already have 2, we know that this column is done. And so we mark these things as not being there. Same thing for this one, right? Like Minesweeper, no, it's actually totally different. Now you look at the 3 and you're like, where does this go? Chat, guys, what do you think? This is the children's TV show portion of this stream. What do you think? This 3? Wow, this is an interesting scenario. Well, it turns out that there's only one possibility here, right? That 3 has to go there because we've eliminated these options. And then what? Then you're like, oh, but then what? I don't know what to do now. Well, you look at this, okay? There's a 1 and a 1. That's right, the 1, 1. We call this dog because that's what they do. They say 1, 1. And so there's only one possibility. Now you might be like, but Wolfie, what about this? Isn't this possible? No, chat, this is not possible because they have to be separated by at least one empty tile. And so there's actually only one possibility. It must be here. So it can't be there. And then we know that, whoops. And then we know that this 4 right here is already done. There's already 4 things, and then the last one, it must be here. And so we've solved it. It's like Sudoku. No, they're totally different. You also don't know Sudoku? Sudoku, I think Sudoku is pretty easy to understand, right? Now this one though, we can apply the same logic here, right? The 5, there's only one possible solution. There's another 5 going up here. Now this is what we have called edge strats. If you have a thing from the edge of the board, it has to go in that direction, right? So we already have one here. We know for sure that the 3 has to go up starting from here. So it must be marked, right? We have the 3, same thing for this 3, and this 4 also has to go up. And we look at this one. Also, the number, the way the numbers are oriented is important, right? This 3 and the 1 means that the 3 is starting from here, and then it's followed by a 1, right? You might think that it could be any arbitrary order, but no. So it means that this 1 has to be alone. So you can separate these, and you know there's actually only one possibility there. And then we solved it, right? And then the next one, we apply the same logic. The 5 goes across. And then now though, now you're like, now what? Now you can cross off these because the 1s are there. And that's crossed off, right? And then this 3 can only be there. Same thing for this 3 and the 1, right? 3 and 1, it has to be like this. And then this 1 is already solved, right? And then you look at this 4, it can only possibly go this way. Same thing for this one. Sphinx, no, it's a house. Legally distinct picross, but the guide numbers on the right and bottom. Picross also had that though. Picross 2 had the numbers on the right and bottom, or the top and right, or the right and bottom, depending on where you are. I thought it might be any arbitrary order. No, you were mistaken. I've explained this thoroughly. It's going to be on the test, I can't believe. Well, a good thing you asked now, because now you know. Okay, here's another thing though. You see there's 3 1s, which means there's only one solution. It must be this. You can cross this out. The 1, you know, the 5 has to be there. And this 3, that's a thing. Same thing for this one, right? This 1 has to be there. You cross these off, and then the 3 is right there. I also don't know what Sphinx is. That's the Python documentation. If you know Django, I feel like you should know Sphinx. I can't. Soggy. I was typing wrong. Sphinx, Python. You've seen Sphinx before. This is the Sphinx documentation website. It's literally documentation. It generates documentation. You've probably seen this. Math in my game, true. So you got the 5 right there, right? And then this 1 cannot be there. And then 2, right? Okay, here's an interesting strat. Okay, ignore this 5. I know the 5 makes it obvious where it's supposed to be. But you look at this 2 and the 1, right? This 2 and the 1, you know for sure that the 1 has to be down here. And why is that? Because there's only 3 spaces up here. So you can't fit a 2 and another number in here. So you know for sure this 1 has to be down here. And then what can you say about the 2 though? The 2 could be here, or it could be here and here. Now what is in common? It is simply just set theory, okay? You just get a union of the two distinct sets. You know that it has to be here, right? No matter where, it could be here, it could be here, but they both must be here, right? It's so simple. And then you got the 5, and then this 2 goes from here. It's got to go up because it can't go down. Right? It's got to be there. That's an umbrella. I've never seen this. That's not true. I lied. This guy's always lying. He still has not answered my question about the supermarket. He's acting like he doesn't know. Get this guy. Here's another strategy. Okay, ignore the other things that are obvious, right? If you have one thing here and you have a 3, but this is less than 3 away from the edge, you can say that perhaps the 3 could be here, here, and here, or it could be here, here, and here, right? So no matter what, the 2 in common are these 2. So they have to be there. You know for sure it can't be there, right? That's a common strategy that you'll see very often in picross gaming. And I think that's pretty cool. Don't you think so, guys? Now you see this and you're like, whoa, this is so cool. I wish Wolfie would play picross more on stream. I can't believe that he has stopped playing picross and he's making his own picross. I'm like, what if I made a themed picross? What if I made picross fan games for people that don't know picross? And then they're like, whoa, someone made a game for me. And then they're like, I don't know how to play picross. Then they're forced to play it. That's how you manipulate people into learning how to play picross. You're just like, I made a game for you. They're like, I don't know how to play, but now you have to learn, because then it would be rude, right? It would be so rude to not play a game. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm trying to like copy these values though. Here's the thing. We gotta go load palette. But now all the numbers are gone. It's actually messed up if they would do this. What if they made picross? Can you answer the question about the supermarket? Are you dodging this question? Do you lie about your supermarket working? They will never acknowledge. You will never acknowledge the accusations. Okay, can I copy this thing? Can this be copied? Is this copyable? It is. What the heck is this? What if it was just a regular market, not super? They would never lie about this. Do you think Piss would lie about this? I don't think so. They are an upstanding citizen, okay? They would not lie, specifically to me. They might lie to other people, but not to me, okay? Okay, and then you put this one here, in there. No, it's gotta be... What am I doing? What do I do here? What is this? Why can I simply not copy the value? I work at a supermarket. They have me doing unpaid Django for a capstone project. What the frick? Why does a supermarket expect you to make a like program in Python? What is what are they doing? Can you dox the supermarket that you work at? Can we all go to that supermarket and be like, hey, there's someone who works here. Now we know. Now we know. Okay, you can put this value here. The question is though, do I add this color in the background or do I not? I think that looks good. All right, and then you copy the other value, okay? Copy this. I wonder if anyone will notice. If they're like, hey, this guy copied from Mario's Picross? No, he developed this font on his own. Wait, why am I doing this? Isn't there like a Spriter's resource? Mario's Picross. Okay. Mario's Picross. Regular. Does anyone do capstone projects? When I was in high school, our teachers were like so quirky. They were like, we're not going to do a capstone project. A capstone implies that it's the end, you know, that's the last piece you put down. We're going to call it a keystone project because learning never stops. It is simply the most important thing, but learning will continue after this in your own life. They call them keystone projects, and no one else does that. I was like, that's wacky. So I've never done a capstone project. It has only ever been keystone. I guess Spriter's resource does not have numbers? I thought this website was supposed to be complete. You're telling me they don't have numbers? What are they doing? Guys, what are they doing? What do you think they're doing? What if I deleted this stuff? Keystone, like Pennsylvania? I don't understand the reference. You're going to have to explain this one to me. Does anyone understand? Is any understanders? Keystone, that's a good one. Actually, +2 to that one. Keystone, they sure do. Pennsylvania is the Keystone State. Well, you know, that's obscure knowledge that I did not know. But now I do know. And now I will tell everyone. Can someone tell that to the next streamer they watch? Hey, Pennsylvania, that's the Keystone State. Keystone though? That's a good one. Has anyone seen a good message in chat recently? Not from yourself? And you thought that's a good message. I think I saw one today in Vacuously's stream where someone said, she was talking about like Mario 64 speedruns, 16 star. And someone said, 16 star speedrun, yeah, I call that going outside and looking at the stars in the sky. I was like, that's a good one. It's a great joke. Welcome, Panis. It's amazing content from fellow chatters. Because, you know, it's not just the streamer that says jokes. Is that the chatters also have their own comedy. And I think that's great. It's great that we can all laugh and enjoy ourselves. Among others. Among us. Now, why are these colors inverted? I have a question for you all. Why are these colors inverted? I copied them specifically from here. And it was not this. I saw this one from Stream Elements where they said Wolfus is now live. That was pretty good. But did you laugh though? Do you think it was funny? Or was it simply informative? Could be both. That's the best kind of comedy. When something is informative, but you also learn from it. Always being live is the peak of comedy? Is it though? Are you sure? What if it wasn't? What if it actually was not? I think what I have to do, I have to invert the colors. I have to specifically go here and then use this color for this one. Welcome, Good Cat Gaming. And then I use this one here. No, and then I use this one. And then when I copy this over, this will then be the correct value. It is not the correct value. What are they doing? Why would they do this to me? I thought I did this correctly. It turns out I did not. Anyway, it's good times, right? Good times out here. on Monday. It may even be Tuesday. Depending on where you live, it might even be Tuesday. Is it Tuesday for anyone right now? Tuesday? Anyone in Tuesday right now? Okay, so we have these. We have 2, we have 9. Let's take the 9 here. On Monday, Tuesday, that is in fact the Choco Jacks thing that she does say. She does say happy Monday, Tuesday. 7.48 a.m. on Tuesday. Is that a thing that they do in Australia? Instead of using the colon to separate the hour and the minute, they use a dot. I noticed some people do that, and I don't know if it's like a regional thing or that simply it's like it's easier to type because you don't have to press shift. Is that a thing? Commas for the decimal place. Yeah, some places do that as well. We just don't know. We simply don't know. Me when I see numbers. Whoa, number. I love numbers. Love to see numbers, guys. That's what picross is about. That's why we're making a picross game, because it's about numbers. It's number in time. Okay, let's make a new empty frame. Alt B, of course. Of course, Alt B. That's the logical choice for an empty frame. Okay, that's pretty close though. That was actually not perfect, but it was kind of close. It is somewhat similar to what it's supposed to be. Isn't this fun? Watching this streamer make numbers. He's not even making the numbers. He's literally copying from a screenshot. I thought the dot versus colon wasn't particularly noteworthy. Yeah, but like, is it like a thing? Or you just felt like doing it? It's like, I don't know, because I sometimes see people do it. Okay, so we have all the numbers from here. We have 29, we got 1, we got 4. Now we need to find a different screenshot that has different numbers on it. And it has to be specifically at the correct resolution. One of the several reasons I prefer 24-hour time. Yeah, but like you could still use the dot in 24-hour time. I don't know either. I just find dot easier to press. See, that's what I thought. I was like, you know, because you don't have to press shift. If that makes sense. It's actually so logical though. Wait, what if instead of doing this, if I simply just went to one of my previous VODs and then just copied, because then I can iterate through the different the frames and then see how it looks like. You know, what if I just copied? What if I just copied from looking? I think that's also valid. That's probably faster. 7 semicolon 48 on Tuesday. Tuesday in it. Tuesday dot init. British programmers be like Tuesday dot init when they initialize Tuesday. It's superfluous and less common. Which one? The comma? Sorry, what am I saying? What are we talking about here? 1, 2. Okay, we need to find a 3. There's a 3 conveniently right there. So this 3, it's gotta be. So it starts perhaps from here. You know, there is something kind of fun about copying pixel art. There was like that one game we played a while ago. What was it called? Shocky. What was it called? Shocky Island. This one was fun. We were like, basically you're like going around the map copying things that you see. Making pixel art. It's fun. I could probably make a game like this. I was also like wondering if I could make the background look a bit more interesting. Right, this is placeholder graphics for now. We have like checkered tiles just to indicate that they could be there. But like, you know how like Mario's Picross has like an archaeology theme? Like he's digging out stuff. But then like, what am I gonna have for mine? I don't know. Because right now it's a bit plain. You could have custom things, like it could be like, okay, if you look at another game, such as, for example, Picross. Right, this one is, they've got like a notepad theme going on, right? They have like lined paper, they have like the dots on the side, right? We could have stuff like that. You could add some sauce to the game. That would be cool, right? That would be pretty cool. But I don't know yet. Still have to decide what we're gonna do. But the options are endless. And then if we're gonna make like, you know, Picross puzzles based on different streamers to force them to play the game, those could also have their own theme. Right? You like, you know, for if we make Hamflu's Picross, it's gonna be like, you know, blue. It's gonna have like maybe like ham on the side. I don't know. It could have like the freaking cave story background. Yeah, we could have Choco J Dog. But also she doesn't really know Picross. But then it'll force her to play. So she'll be like, I don't know, but someone made a game for me. I have to play it. I have to learn. If I don't learn, it's messed up. Alright, so we have this 3, right? This 3 right here. Yeah, this one going across. And then it goes... This screenshot looks kind of messed up though. Is this supposed to be like this? These pixels look misaligned. Well, it's got 2 in between. And then it's like this. And then, wait, how does the 3 work? It goes here. And then it's like this, right? Easy. I think, doesn't Aseprite also have like an outline tool that you can use to automatically outline something? Or does that only work when there's transparency? I don't actually know. Any Aseprite fans in the chat? Where's the Aseprite fandom at? Okay, then you fill this in. And then we already have 4. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need to find a 5. There's got to be a 5 somewhere. You do need transparency. If there's one thing we're lacking in society, it's transparency. There are no numbers after 4. There's so many. There's actually so many. You don't even know. This is a really bad screenshot. Let's find a better one. But it does have a 4 in it. Okay, this one also, this one's a good screenshot. Okay, so it's got it's got this thing built in. Okay, so the 5, it starts from here. Whoops. Make a new layer and do the thing and then merge it. True. I could, but that would be annoying. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Now, you know, I think it would be faster if I just did this and then I just filled in everything that wasn't the outline. Right? That already is so much faster. Welcome, son. Look at that. That was so much easier. Okay, then we gotta find a 6. And a 7. And an 8. This one does not have these numbers. And then this one has a 6 in it. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to copy from this bad screenshot here. So it's like it's got like these on the bottom, and then it has two. It's got like a 2x2 square that's open here, and then it's like this, and then it goes up here, and also here. But I think it also doesn't. It doesn't have this one. Is that correct? That looks correct to me. And then you do this, and then you do this, and then you would not believe it, guys. And then you also do this. Wow. Amazing. That looks pretty much the same, right? That's the same value. I probably could have just taken the 9 and flipped it. Do you think this is the same thing, but flipped? It does look kind of the same. Yeah. Okay, let's find a 7. 7. Where, if you were a 7, where would you be? 7. There's a 7 right there. It's from the official Russian Nintendo website. Nintendo.ru. Oh, welcome Nova Pontu. Hello, hello. What were you doing? Were you doing art? Pikmin 2, that's pretty much the same thing, right? It's literally the same game. I hope you had a good stream. We are copying numbers from Mario's Picross. Playing a Pikmin 4 ROM hack, but it says Pikmin 2 though. Pikmin Square. Oh, Pikmin 2 but squared. 2? Okay. Stealing from Nintendo. No one would ever do that. 2. Well, I hope it was good. I hope you, what do you do in that game? I hope you destroyed many enemies. I hope you collected many, things. You know, that's a thing they do. They collect stuff. Brand name things from the real world, even. For real? For real? For real? Is this 7 correct? Does this, you think this 7 looks close enough to this 7? No, it's actually, it looks wrong. I think it doesn't have this, right? It's got an open pixel right there. But I feel like everything else is correct. Killed a giant bunny? I thought that the Pikmin enemies were like fictional. You're telling me there's real bunnies that are enemies? That's crazy. They wouldn't do that. Or was it just a creature that resembled a bunny? I guess it is a ROM hack. They could do whatever they want in ROM hacks. Space bunny. Okay, then that's fine, because they're different. Because we don't know them. They don't even have Wi-Fi out there. I do that in real life. Do you, though? Can we cancel this guy? Chat. What's the deal with this guy? Has anyone fought another chatter before? Here we have chatters fighting other chatters. Where is the 8? There's no 8s here. I'm trying to find the numbers. There's no 8. What? Okay, there's one. Here's one. What the frick did they do to this? What is this? Did they AI upscale this? I'm telling, I can't use this image. It's AI upscaled. Okay, there's an 8 right there. punching. Mario's picross. Alright, so we got this, and goes across. And then you got this one. And then you also got this one. When was the last time you all punched something? Has anyone punched anything recently? I can't recall the last time I ever punched anything. Besides posting the emote of punching. Punching, stop punching me. Guys, you can't be doing that. Welcome, sir. That's the guy who punches. That's the guy who punches things. Me when I see a giant space bunny. Limes. You think Limes would do that? You think Limes would approve of this if they saw you saying this in someone else's chat? You ever think about that? It's like when people have like an avatar on social media and it's like of their favorite streamer or whatever, but they're saying some weird stuff. You think like people see that and they associate it with the streamer? Because that happens sometimes. And then the streamer's like, hey, if you're using my image, please don't say weird stuff online. I would imagine so. Okay, we have all the numbers out here. This is all the numbers. Oh, we also need a colon to separate the time. I would imagine so, right? You would think so. But who is to say, really? Me. That's right, I'm the one to say. Okay, we have all the numbers here. Literally all the numbers. We got 0, we got 1, and the rest of them, you know, you don't need me to list the rest of them. Does anyone here not know numbers? Timer.asprite. Alright, so now we have numbers. We got numbers out here. I think I associate people on the internet with their handles more than their avatar. I guess it depends on like the platform that they're on. Because like on Twitch you don't usually see their icon, right? But on Twitter you do. On YouTube you also do. On Twitch I feel like it's mostly like the color of their username. That's like the thing that's in the color and the length of their name, and also like the capitalization, like because when I like glance over a chat and I see like a certain color and I know like it's this long and it has like uppercases here, I'm like it's probably this guy. You don't even need to see the full name. The mouth feel, yeah, but it's like visuals. Me also, okay, I did not know that Poro was actually from League of Legends. I know this as the emote that Old Man Diabetes posts all the time, but like I thought it was just like a Twitch original thing. And then when I saw Northern Lion play 2xKO, and this guy was like a character that was like in the game, I was like, wait a freaking second. You're telling me Poro is League of Legends? I thought it wasn't. It was something else. It's actually messed up. If someone has an anime avatar, you know what's up. That we should avoid them. Am I right, guys? Am I right, guys? Haha. So true. Wolfie, so true. So true. Okay, we're gonna add this value. Number. We got number.asprite and also timer. Timer.asprite. No, streamer, you can't say that. We all love anime here. How could he say that about anime? I'm also 5 minutes late to drinking water. It is in fact 6, it's even 6 minutes late, 6:06. I'm gonna hydrate right now. Alright. Well, if he hates water, he's changed, man. He used to love water. Now he'll delay his hydration by at least 6 minutes. That's crazy. I can't believe that he would do this. To me specifically. Alright, so now that we have numbers, what do we do with the numbers? Good question. We have to add the numbers to here. So that should generate a file known as timer.h. Welcome xjob. We have timer.h. So-called water fans when they drown. I don't want to see someone named Piss talk about water fans, okay? That's like it's a different type of water. It's not the same thing. Water fans. When they spin really fast and generate power. It's right, they're called turbines. Water fans, is that what a turbine is? What is a turbine? It's the map from Team Fortress 2. It's a rotary mechanical device converts energy. It is! Guys, this has a water fan. Water fans when a turbine shows up. Gasp. Okay, so now that we have set this, now what? Guys, now what? Well, simple solution is you have to initialize VRAM. Of course, you gotta set the background data. It's going to be nonogram. It's actually going to be on the top side, so it's got to be sprite data. Nonogram top frame tile count. It's actually going to be this thing plus sprite tile count. And then you have timer tile count and timer tiles. So now it didn't change anything. However, you'll notice now that these values have been loaded into virtual memory. That's right, they can be displayed right here. And they can be used to be displayed on the screen. And I think that's cool. So now we just need to put them on the screen. But how? But how, though? You might ask, but how? Well, the tile index is 68. So, you gotta figure out where we're gonna put it on the screen, though. So we're gonna go to puzzle.c. Tile index is 68. That's gotta be like define timer 0 tile is 68. It's simple. It's actually so simple. You would not even believe it. Oh, we shouldn't hardcode 68 because this could change. These values could change. Actually, I feel like this should be loaded before the other thing. Right, we should have different values here. Because we might be adding new things here. But these things we know for sure we will only have... I didn't... Wait a second. Where is 9? There's a 9 right here. Are you telling me that this 9 is not copied over into memory? The heck? What are they doing? What are they doing here? Okay, we gotta say number.asprite. We gotta say keep duplicate tiles, because I think the 9 is simply like the 6 but rotated 180 degrees, and I think they do some optimizations that remove that stuff. So I think we have to add keep duplicate tiles in here. And I believe that should be enough to have the correct value in memory. That's right, there it is. It's right there. It's literally right there. It's great. And then what? And then what, that is. Alright, so we gotta we gotta start putting numbers on the screen. I think we'll take this one, sprite data, tile top count. I think we need to refactor some things here. The sprite data, because this could change. This will change over time. Set sprite data. Let's define a value. We'll do define sprite tile index, and this is going to be specifically nonogram top. What's it called? What did I call it? Nonogram top. Nonogram top frame tile count. Of course, it's right there. But also plus timer tile count. Right guys, am I right? And then we're gonna have a timer tile index. It's going to be, well, it's got to be tile set index. Tile set index. And then this one's just going to be this one, right? If bro doesn't put his defines in the .h file, well, because these are only used in this file. These are not used outside, so why would I need this to be in the header file? Welcome, props, not Jack. Would you define constants that are not meant to be used outside this file in the header file? Because I wouldn't. I don't think I would. I think I would simply not do that. Okay, so set sprite data. This one's going to be timer tile set index. I get doc point in the intro to CS course as a result. Yeah, but now then it's usable in other files though. What if I didn't want that? What if I don't want that? Have you considered that if maybe I didn't want that? Okay, set sprite data. We got nonogram top. We got this thing. And then this one's gotta be sprite tile set index. Now, where else do we use this though? Me who does C development too for work. I know. I totally know. I work at a supermarket for work. I know that. I'm sorry for doubting you. For some reason, I was like, there's no way that they would have this guy write Python code at the supermarket. Do you write it like at the supermarket? Are they like, you gotta clean up the you gotta clean up on aisle 5 and also your merge conflicts, please? I can't believe this guy is out here doing this. Oh wait, no, you're right. I do need it in the other file. Puzzle.h, right? Timer tile set index. That's how it is. Timer. Okay, let's put these two here. Well, we really only need this one. But also, do we even need this here? I feel like this is specific to puzzle.h. I feel like we should be doing some refactoring here. All of this stuff should not be in main because this is specific to puzzle. But that's too big of a change for now. Let's do that later. We'll put this in puzzle.h. Put this define in here. Oh, but now we need to have these imports as well. So we gotta also import nonogram top. What's it called? Nonogram top.h. Assets nonogram top. And also timer.h. Welcome Beat Shabon. Hope work is going well. This is not work though. This is fun. This guy's programming for fun. That's crazy. That's actually fricked up. Someone would code things outside of work when they don't have to. That's right. Alright, so then in main.h, instead of using nonogram top frame tile count, we'll do sprite tile set index. Sprite tile set index. And I believe this should hopefully still compile and still show things correctly. Oh shoot, what the frick? That's cool, right? Look at this, it's not even the same. It's actually wrong. It's either program or Yasuo mid. I don't know what that is. That better not be League of Legends. Because that to me sounds like League of Legends. That you would say something like that in my chat. I don't think you would never do that, right? What the heck is Yasuo? Sprite tile set it. That's a smile. That's... I can't believe this guy. Oh right, it's because I didn't load them in the correct order. Is that true? No, I did. I did load them. What? Timer tile set index. Nonogram. Hold on. Let's recheck this. So in memory, we have these here, but they should not be there. They should actually not be there. Sprite tile set index is nonogram top frame tile count plus timer tile count. But should that not be something else? Did I set this to be the wrong value? Sprite tile set index, timer tile set index, timer tiles, sprite tiles. Sprite, Coca-Cola. What the heck? Oh no, it's because I set, okay, there's probably something up there. Right, I'm using, this one should also be here. That's what I was missing. Guys, it was actually so simple. Everything works as it should. Everything is great. Alright, now that, what is everyone's favorite League of Legends character? Any fans of League of Legends? Not me. Imagine playing League. Sona? Isn't that, Purse? Isn't that Sona? Isn't that Purse, guys? Please tell me you understood my hilarious joke. Persona? It's a Persona reference, guys. I don't know what that voice was. Is that Peter Griffin? It's Peter Griffin right there. Okay, so then we gotta get a timer going, right? It's gotta be... Isn't that Shin Megami Tensei? No. It's so different. Azir or Ari? I don't know who Azir is. I've heard of Ari. She's the one from KDA, right? KDA. What about KDB? Right? KDA. What the frick is KDA? Kate EA. Kate EA. What do they mean by this? KDA. What is he talking about? KDE, the Linux desktop environment. For real? For real? Okay, where do we want the timer to be? It could be here. We could have this one be, okay, timer 0 tile should actually be timer tile set index. Yeah, we can't just put this here though. It's gotta be done at compile time. At runtime. Welcome Liquid Cake. Actually, KDE runs on BSD too, and I think Windows. Well, if you go on the KDE website, how do they describe it? Look at that. What was it? Was it Linux? Guys, I know it's available on other things, but they do specifically say, they specifically market it as being Linux. So there you go. Plasma, that's what they put in the TVs. Isn't that messed up? That when you go to donate blood and they ask you for plasma, they're putting that stuff into televisions? Like how do they power a TV from the plasma from your blood? That's actually, like, science has gone too far. I feel like they gotta stop doing that stuff. That cannot be sustainable. Welcome Craig. So true, right? It's actually fricked up. Science, man. Can they stop doing this stuff? They stopped making plasma TVs after news broke out. That's good, because I feel like science, that's just like for TV. Like I would understand if they used it for, like, you know, other medical research. They're putting that into TVs. They're putting OLED, which is worse. Yeah, I thought they got rid of lead. I thought lead was deemed unsafe. And they're out there doing this stuff. Lead poisoning causes brain damage. What if it was lead poisoning? Have you considered that it could be lead poisoning instead of lead? Lead poisoning. You were just pronouncing it wrong the whole time. Puzzle update. Let's just have a puzzle update. It's the plasma they put in the TVs is from the sun. No, you can't put the sun on TV. Ever try looking at the sun? It hurts your eyes. They can't record that. Welcome Mobile Suit Grundle. Plasma is a state of matter like liquid, gas, and solid. I don't entirely understand how it works, but I think that's what they mean by plasma TV. You're crazy. They would never do that. It's got to be the plasma from blood. The sun, yeah, the sun also doesn't have blood. Yeah, but they can't do that stuff, man. Alright, let's have a level timer. Timer. Let's see, where's our timer defined? Frames. There's a built-in one. System time. sys_time. Static. Uint 16 timer equals 0. And then at the end of every frame, if not paused, then timer ++. Wait, but that's not gonna make sense though. Because sometimes your actions take more than one frame to execute. So this is not necessarily executing once per frame. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. So timer is number of frames. Frames elapsed in the puzzle screen Oh wait, but we need to reset this though. The fact that this is static just tells me that you cannot reset this outside the scope of this function. But then what? Is there really no way? Is there? We can just put it in this file. You just put it outside, right here. Welcome Hongtown. I do not believe it. Wolfie is programming picross again. Why would you not believe it? Also, yeah, I guess we don't know that the sun doesn't have blood, right? What about like if there were astronauts that died in space and then their blood eventually made it to the sun? You think there's actually blood? I guess it would be melted, right? It would have like disintegrated. But like, what if there was? What if you shot a bullet at the sun and then it started bleeding? Melted blood, holy frick. French bread reference? French bread, they sure do, because they need to, I don't know, what am I saying? French bread, I sure hope, no, they shouldn't, they should stop doing that. Puzzle update. Okay, so on every frame, we should check whether the seconds have changed, right? So if frames elapsed divided by 60, this is like the seconds count. Int 16t seconds equals frames elapsed divided by 60. And then what, guys? So we need a previous seconds, though. There's gotta be seconds elapsed. Seconds elapsed. Right. And then, if seconds elapsed is... Well, okay, we gotta have previous value. So we need uint 16t seconds. If seconds is greater than seconds elapsed. I'm trying to remember if declaring something static at main scope has meaning. Yes, it means it's only available in this compilation unit. So it's not accessible outside of puzzle.c. And if you don't intend this to be used anywhere else, it will be fine. You can also reuse the name. That was the thing I didn't know until yesterday. Because when I was porting Vacuous Sugar Quest physics logic over to DB Studio, I was like prefixing everything with like VSQ underscore. Because I was like, I can't just call this velocity. There might be velocity used somewhere else. But then I could have just had it be a static. But now I know. And now you all know. If you all were wondering about static variables, they got you. Alright. If seconds is greater than seconds elapsed, then you gotta draw the tile to the screen. Right? You could on every frame draw the entire timer, but that would be overkill. Because you'd be doing this every single frame, or every second. You only need to update the value that changed. I still don't know. Well, I know. I'm aware. I'm aware of various things. Alright, so then what? Let's just copy this thing from here. So we got to give it a position on the screen. Let's have that be what? What do we have this be? Where is the seconds counter going to be on the screen? If we take a look at this screenshot, if we were to simply copy from Mario, this would be at position 4840. It would have a size of 8 pixels by 8 pixels. And then it would be, what would it be? Oh, you know, we don't actually need to load this into VRAM. Since we're like directly modifying the tiles, we just need a reference to the tile. So it's gonna be timer underscore tiles plus, oh, we need another helper function for this. Define number sprite. Instead of number sprite, it's going to be number Coca-Cola. It's going to be a timer digit sprite. It's going to be timer tiles plus number times 16. Now you might be like, what the frick is 16? Well, okay, what if we had bytes per frame? Timer. Is that a thing that I have? Yes, that's right. Timer bytes per frame. Wow, I thought of everything. It's crazy. So now we have timer underscore digit sprite seconds and true. All right, let's just try this. Let's just see if this works. So then at the start of this one, we do seconds is there. Okay, here we're gonna do puzzle update. And then we run it. Of course, does not compile. Timer bytes per frame unidentified. Undefined identifier. Okay, well, what if you did timer.h? Did I not have bytes per frame defined? Define only kicks in on bare string. Bytes per frame? I don't even have that defined. That's not even a thing that I have. I thought I had that. Oh no, I was searching. Okay, it's what is this one? Frame. I searched and found it. Bytes per frame. Prefix bytes per frame. Bare string. Wait, where did I define this? Timer bytes per frame. What? Should this not be defined? H file. I'm defining this, right? Frame width. Frame width. Frame height. Frame tile count. Why do I not have? Wait a second. What the frick? Bytes per frame equals this. Did I not? Am I not simply regenerating this file? Timer tags. Did you mean number tags? Did I mean number tags? It's actually numbered. I believe it's numbered. Oh, it's actually timer tags. .h. Timer tag. Timer number tags. Oh, it's in a different file. That's what it is. Okay. It doesn't generate it to the same file. It's actually in a different thing. Number tags.h. Confusing, but that's how it goes. Oh, look at that. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Every second the value is incrementing. Oh, and then it's going to random places in memory. That's, oh, they got the cat in there. And they got the house in there. Whoa, that's crazy. Spoilers for the puzzle solutions. They got the ghost. They got the freaking umbrella. We got this, and then it's gonna go crazy. Look at this. Next up in memory, it's the void. Unknown. Look, they got, oh shoot, they got this thing. They got that thing. They got this stuff. The gang's all here. What is this? Sad face? Oh, look at that. It's the game of life. Wow. That's crazy. Alright, well, now that we have that sort of working, we need to add some new tiles specifically for that part of the screen, because they're using the same tile information. We need to make a 5, what's this number? Something. Oh, that's not even the right spot for this. I moved everything over. This is not even the correct place for this. Let me undo all my changes. It's actually supposed to be at 43, 39. 43, 39. Okay, but then, then what? Well, then we got, okay, so we got to make top left. What do we call this? Top left image? Or whatever. So we need to make a 5 by 5. 5 by 4. No, that's 5 by 5. 5 by 6. I mean, this Mario's head pokes out a little bit, so it could be even more than that. Let's make it a 5 by 6 tile image. And that, oh, can you, if we copy this, we make a new thing, 48 by 40. If we simply pasted this in here, and then loaded our Game Boy palette. Okay, that's fine. And then we save this. Let's save this one as top left dot espray. Is there a better name for this? Timer top left, nonogram top left. It's going to be confusing. Whatever, it's fine. Nonogram top left. Okay, and then we have to load this into VRAM to display it. Let's go to build. And then we got nonogram grid. Okay, nonogram top left. And then what? Tiles only, no palettes, Fox only, final destination. And then, now that that's there, we gotta go back to puzzle.c. Isn't this fun? Loading things into VRAM. Having to care about where things are in memory. Okay, so how did this work? If we do this, we check the positions in memory. So we have enough things here. Welcome, Michael. Question is, do I want to load it up here? I guess we have to load it up here because it is above the scan line. The timer seems odd. No, it's working as expected. All the puzzles are there. Could be even. What number is house? A billion, trillion, gazillion. All right, so we don't even need timer tile set index. We're actually going to load in, instead of timer tiles, it's going to be nonogram top right tiles. Right, and then we got nonogram top right tile count. And then sprite data is going to be, instead of timer tile set index, what do I call this? We don't even need this, right? That's not even needed. Let's just copy this over here. And then this one, sprite tile set index, would have to be updated to be nonogram top frame count and nonogram top right frame count tile count. Right, and then you get rid of this one. And then what? Then you have nonogram top, it's actually top left. Wait, why did I call it top right? It's top left. No one corrected me. Top left. Top left. Top left? Where did it go? Am I right, guys? Where did they even go? Top left tiles. Top left tile count. Sprite tile set index. Let's just see if this works. Sprite tile set index redefined. Oh, this was supposed to be here. We're not even using this. That's not even being used anywhere. Unidentified sprite tile set. Oh no, that was being used. Oh wait, okay, right. Sprite tile set index should be not in this file, but this file. Last time someone corrected Wolfie, they did not survive. Who has ever done that? Have I ever been corrected? Is anyone even correcting? Does anyone even know? They can't respond, but someone else can though. Someone else could do it. Sprite tile set index. Am I using this for anything? Sprite tile? Yes, I am. Okay, does this compile? Yes, and it also runs. Okay, so we have these things have been imported. They're totally actually just right there. And so we should make sure that these are reflected in our tile set data. Right, so now instead of BKG, it's gonna be what is this one? 60, 61, 62, 63. Okay, we're gonna update this. Oh no, I'm not gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do this manually. Is there a better way to do this? 63. I got distracted for 10 minutes. It bothers me that weirdos at Factorio dimension things is left top and right bottom. That's crazy. Don't they know the order of adjectives is supposed to be something? Okay, check this out, guys. Check out this cool thing that I'm probably gonna mess up on. Do this, you copy over here, you go here, you go down, you go here. No, you don't do that. You do, what do you do? What do you do here? Well, you gotta do this, and then you do this, and then you do this, and then, oh no, it has to be done in 2 steps. It has to be done in 2 steps. No, what if I simply did this, and then this, and then up, don't undo that, do this, this. Okay, and then, oh, holy way, he's done it. It's wrong, it's actually wrong. But now it's correct. That's actually wrong. This is actually not correct. I've done my macro incorrectly. And this is now invalid. Well, if I had done that correctly, then everything would be the correct value. But I guess it's not. I'm just gonna do the rest manually. Because maybe that's fine. Maybe that's how things should be. 78, 79. Okay, these are right though. 80, 81, 82. Watch this be incorrect even. What if this was totally wrong? And then 86. Also welcome DX Nomad. 87. Okay, so that should perhaps be something. Let me make sure. This thing should be 87. That's 89. Wait a second. No, that's right. Okay, 89. That's correct. So now you should see nothing. There should be nothing here. Oh shoot, look at that. The timer. We got the timer going. It's literally right there as we speak. It is writing. Okay, but then it also has to be seconds elapsed modulo 10. Second. Okay, so seconds mod 10. And then we need another thing that is for, well, it should be seconds. Okay, so this is the seconds ones digit. Me, after looking at the picross that blinds you, I see nothing. Blinded by rage. Blinded by your avarice. What is an avarice? Is that like a sin of some kind? Avarice. Avarice, guys. Rice shower reference. Greed. Ah, yes. The deadly sin. One of the 50 deadly sins. That's right, there's 50 of them. The patch notes indicate that there are 50 of them. That's crazy. Okay, so if seconds is greater than seconds elapsed, then you gotta do if seconds, well, then you set seconds equals seconds, seconds elapsed equals seconds. It's an UMA-O. Avarice is a song by Canadian DJ and producer deadmau5 from a 2014 album, while one less than two. It's called Avaricia. Wow, he doesn't even know every deadmau5 song. I've already committed 37 sins? It's crazy. You can't commit that many sins. They're deadly. You can only do it once. If they're deadly sins, shouldn't, like, doing one of them, like, kill you? Sins? It's crazy. Seconds elapsed equals seconds, okay, guys? And then, so then if seconds mod 10, oh, you should put this at the end. Okay, if seconds mod 10 is not equal to what? No, what? What are you talking about? Well, okay, if this has elapsed, then this should always update. But then there should be seconds ones digit, seconds tens digit. Right, this one can be done conditionally. If seconds divided by 10 is not equal to seconds elapsed divided by 10, then you do this one. Then you gotta do seconds divided by 10, but also modulo by 10. Wait, but it's by 60 though. Wait a second. This one goes to 60, but then you can't. Oh, frick, guys. It doesn't work like that. I was using 10. It's gotta be like something else, right? So it's like mod 10. And then seconds. Okay, you gotta divide by. You gotta have seconds divided by. Use a starting value and decrement. What do you mean? Starting value for what? For picross? You mean like start from 30 minutes and go down? No, that's the coward strat. That's Mario picross. Oh, you mean this? Okay. Seconds ones equals n mod 10. Seconds equals seconds minus seconds ones. I'm just gonna type it out and pretend I understand. Seconds ones equals n, so it's got to be seconds mod 10. You know what I mean? Start with the whole, prune out the desired values, and work smaller. Do I want that though? Seconds ones. Seconds minus equals seconds ones. But why do I need to do that though? Is that a thing that I need? Because wouldn't the division just handle that though? You have to say uint, I guess not. Yeah, like I don't need that. It's not a thing that I really need. Because this will round. If this was floats, yeah. But okay, but then we also need, because like seconds could go over 100. And we also don't need seconds to be, so this has got to be seconds, hold on. Can I just look it up? how to display seconds as digits. A timer as digits based on seconds. Because like this one, it's gonna go from right this. So this one's obvious. One's digit, it goes from 0 to 9, and then goes back to 0. Right, but then the tens digit, it should only really go to 5 because we don't have 60 seconds would then increment the minute. Right. You make it smaller, the tens place of seconds mod 6. Yeah, but then like would that work though? Because then it would, you would need to like do something else, I think. This is complex logic. Who ever thought about numbers? Imagine thinking about numbers. So then the tens digit should go from 0. So if seconds is it goes from 0 to 5, and then back to 0. But then how is this mapped from the actual seconds though? So from 0 to 10 seconds, 0 to 9 seconds, 10 digit should be 0, and then 10 and 19 seconds should be 1, and then etc. And then if you go to 5 to 59, seconds should be 5. And then 60. After you hit 60 though, seconds should be 0. Well, I think we need to do some kind of division by 60 somewhere. Right, and then like 70 though. 70 to 79 would be 1. You need a modulo. What do we do? What are we doing here? We divide by 10. I guess it is just divide by 10 and then mod 6. Okay. Is that true? Is that really? Let's just try it. That means we have to wait for 60 seconds though. Oh, also it doesn't render until the first frame. Until it actually rolls over and is different. Oh! Are we gonna sit here and wait for 60 seconds? We could. Oh, you can also speed it up. You can you can hold space. Oh, frick. Because we're on a Game Boy emulator. You can simply just... Okay, so that works. Wait, it goes to 6 though, doesn't it? Hold on. No, okay, so that's good. That works. So this works. And then we need the minutes 1 digit. So this one's got to be if seconds divided by 60 is not equal to this thing, 60. Then you need to do seconds divided by 60 mod 10. And then the position is going to be... well, it's a little bit more than 8 over, right? Because we also have the colon. The colon symbol that goes between. So that appears to be like 4, 5, that's like 6 pixels. So it should be 14 over. I then might as well just do the tens digit as well. So then if seconds divided by 60, 600, is that true? 600 seconds, is that 10 minutes? Yes, that is 10 minutes. Then you do this, and then you do this. And then, oh, but then if seconds, there could be a point when you go above 60 seconds. We don't necessarily need an hours mark. I think in Mario's Picross, if you go above 60, it actually goes to 99, I think. It actually goes to 99.59. So I think we should cap the result to be something. So if seconds is greater than seconds elapsed, if seconds is greater than, yes, you would have 99. That is true, and that's what I want. So then, okay, so we need to wrap it around. So if seconds, or not wrap it around, we need to cap it. If seconds is greater than, what is 99.59 in seconds? Just do, okay, 99 times 60 plus 59. $5,999. Okay. That's good. If seconds is greater than this, then seconds equals, right? Is that real? Okay, so that's good. But then if this thing wraps around, then... oh no, then it would be less, so that's fine. Then this would not be updated. Okay, that's fine. We're using depending on strange behavior. Alright, let's try this. We also need to show the digit when we first start. Oh, look at that, we have 1 minute mark. It's less than 599. Much greater. No, but like we're calculating it every frame based on like... Wait, why did it stop? Was I mistaken? Why is it 1812? What? 60 times this? Oh, right, because this is minute. Wait. Days only have 18 minutes and 12 seconds. Do I need to multiply this by 60 again? 99 minutes times 60. Oh, right, we need to multiply by 60 again. Wait, is that true? Is this real? This doesn't seem real. But that's larger than the maximum value. That might be a frame count, this thing. Also, yes, I should drink water. Can someone do the math for me? I'm gonna hydrate. Alright, I've hydrated. That is 18 minutes. Oh, so it's like it capped the counter. So we're adding this. Seconds elapsed. Wait a second, guys. What's even? It's frames. Okay, so every frames elapsed divided by 60. 18 minutes. So I guess it stops counting after 18 minutes. So rather than using frames elapsed, maybe maybe what? We need, okay, so if frames elapsed is greater than 60, we should frames elapsed is greater than 60, greater than or equal to 60, then you gotta set frames elapsed back to 0 to avoid possibly wrapping around, and then you just do seconds elapsed plus plus. Wait, but then you have this though. Then what is seconds? You gotta check if it has changed. Okay, and then, okay, so instead of seconds elapsed, then, oh, but then you need the previous value as well. Seconds. Okay, what if we did this? If you have seconds here, seconds equals seconds elapsed plus 1 second, and then if it's not this, seconds equals, why are there two separate variables for seconds? We need one for the current frame and one for the previous frame to detect what has changed. We don't want to draw every frame. I guess instead of calling it seconds elapsed, we can call it previous seconds elapsed. Prev seconds elapsed. Okay, so then so we have current second. And then if it's not, seconds equals previous seconds elapsed. Well, I guess, okay, I guess it would be this. Seconds equals this. And then if it has been more, then you do this thing plus plus. And then at the end of it, you set previous seconds elapsed equals seconds. And then you also have frames elapsed plus plus. Welcome AMD995. What were you doing? Was it still a Danganronpa? It was. Today is a special day. What was the special day? What was the special? Oh, we already have this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, it's alright. It's already there. It is still Danganronpa. How long is that game anyway? Welcome to Schwan. It do be special, but like, what is special about it though? It's the fishing man. That's right. It's me, the fishing man. It's true. I did draw that emote. Welcome NW9K as well. It takes forever because he spends hours yapping. Is that what's special about the day? Certain person's birthday? Or is it a character in the game? His birthday? He has not experienced Ultimate Despairdo yet. What does that mean? I've never played Danganronpa. I don't actually know anything about it. Other than that there's a bear called Monokuma. Anyway, streamers. Okay, some of you are streamers. Raiders. I'm making a picross game on the Game Boy. We're trying to get this timer working. We're encountering an issue where it gets stuck after some amount of time. But I believe that maybe it should work now. Vim? Yeah, it's NeoVim specifically. Before it was getting stuck at like 18 minutes and 12 seconds. Because I believe that was the maximum value that a uint16 can hold. If we can get past that, then it should be good. Okay, look at that. We've done it. It's gone past. I don't know why it stutters sometimes. It's a game about a cute bear, some people doing stuff in a school. That's like every anime besides the bear. They always are out there taking place in schools. It takes ages because I can't stop yapping. That's what we watch streamers for though. Is anyone really watching streamers for the gameplay? I don't think so. I think this would be faster if instead of going by real time, I simply pretended as if time has elapsed more than it has. What if we did, what if instead of elapsing 1 frame, we simply just do frames elapsed plus equals 60. I'm not watching streamer play a gamer. I'm playing a game right now though. Alright, so 1 second, and then if I speed it up, it's gonna go even faster. I don't know why it stutters though. It's simply too much to keep track of. So it should go to 99 and stop there. It has to. 99, please. Right, 99.15. Okay, so that works. That is what I want. Oh, I think it's because I was holding down space. I think to go turbo mode, you just press space and that's a toggle, and then you like untoggle it. I was holding it down, so it kept like toggling between turbo and non-turbo. Alright, so we have a timer working. That's good. So we have to start off by showing it as a 0 in the beginning. We also need to show the separator in the middle. So let's do that. I should also update the background to be this color. What the heck? What the frick is this? Oh shoot, it was actually copying the values from the previous thing. I didn't know this was possible. There's Mario. Holy frick, that's Mario. He's there for real. We're gonna delete it though. I didn't know it did that. I didn't know it preserved that information. Alright, so that's there. Okay, so at the start, at the very beginning, I'm confused. You have .py files, C files, and using a jar? Yes. So for Game Boy development, usually you're using C to program stuff. But I'm generating C files from images. So here's the way this is set up. We have ASprite, which edits things, but ASprite allows you to add tags to stuff. Also has multiple frames. So you'll see here the puzzles have different tags. We have a program that will convert images into C files to be displayed on the Game Boy. But I have a setup so that I can write them in ASprite. I have a thing that exports them, export the images as sprite sheets, and then I have another Python script which will extract the tags from here, and it will put them into one of these files. For example, this. Actually, a better example is going to be puzzle tags. So in this puzzle we have, you know, a heart, a kitten, a house. The Python script goes through ASprite. ASprite generates a JSON file alongside the PNGs. And I just use that to construct this stuff. And then the jar is because the emulator is using Java. Sphinx, there it is. There it is, guys. Emulicious is a Java program. That's how it works. And this is all done using Bazel. Anyway, okay, so I gotta define some constants somewhere. I've hard-coded these things here. I probably should not be doing that. I'm gonna add some defines, because I do need to use these in multiple places. So let's do this. So we're gonna have define timer ones. What is it? Timer. What do I call this? Timer ones digit x equals 43. No, there's no equals. You gotta remember for pound define, there's no equals. And then you have timer tens digit x. It's going to be 35. Oh, but it also has to be seconds. Timer seconds, ones digit. And then timer minutes, ones digit, is going to be 21. And then timer minutes, 10 digit, is going to be 13. If you're not used to programming C, you'll learn a word tooling because of how rarely you'll use C by itself. Imagine using tools. Welcome, Brooke. And then we're going to have timer, timer Y. So Y is going to be 39. And then we need one for the separator. Timer separator X. I also have not touched C since college. This is my first time in like many years writing C. So timer separator X is going to be, what's it going to be? It's going to be 29, I think. Okay, and then you simply rewrite this using the defines that we wrote. Okay, so this one. We're going to replace 39 with timer, what did I call this? Timer Y? Timer Y, okay, and then timer seconds, ones digit X. Went directly from uni to a C-oriented job and Perl? That's crazy. Imagine writing Perl. tens digit. Okay, and then you have this one is minutes. And this one, whoops. What have I done? Timer seconds, timer minutes. Tens digit. Clams write pearls a lot? No, they make pearls. They don't write them. Never use Perl, but I use Lisp for an AI class. Man, it's kind of messed up that now when I think of AI, I just think of Gen AI. I'm like, what the? They have an AI class? But no, that was classic AI. Before Gen AI was the thing. I also took one of those. You learned about game theory, Minimax or whatever. I don't even know. Neural networks. Worked on faxes in 2017? That's crazy. Alright, does this still work? It does still work. Okay, that's good. So I've not broken everything. I should really have these as functions. Or like other defines, I guess. Because I'm going to be calling this again. Do I want this? Nah, whatever, it's fine. I'm just... Let me just repeat this. Because I don't want to do if seconds equals 0 all the time, right? I could just do seconds elapsed equals 0, or this, which would draw at the first frame, but then every frame I'm doing this check. It also doesn't work, so never mind. It also doesn't work. Let's see. Seconds elapsed. Wait, why doesn't that work? Shouldn't it show it? Oh, because it's not equal to previous seconds elapsed. Okay, I guess I'll just do this manually. There's gotta be a better way, right? Whatever. Okay, so at the start of the puzzle, draw nonogram numbers, void initialize timer. If you're drawing all 4 places, you don't need so many checks. Oh, you mean like if I'm doing this, then I'm guaranteed to be drawing this stuff as well? That actually makes sense. I should be, if I do this in reverse, because if I'm generating this, then it's guaranteed that I will also be drawing these. It wastes time. It wastes a lot of time. Doing this every frame is kind of like a lot. But I think here's the thing is that like if this thing changed, it's guaranteed that this thing also changed. Try to optimize so all zeros get drawn, then do checks later. What? Well, the seconds will always get drawn, so that's fine. If minutes is here, then you should also draw everything else, because if this changed, it's guaranteed that everything else also changed. Right? Is that true? You can do a first pass. If equals 0, draw 4 zeros, no need to math. Yes. Are there benefits to writing in C versus C++, or is it a Game Boy limitation? Because I don't know C++. And also, I feel like if you were using C++, it probably would bring in a lot of like library stuff, which doesn't really... Actually, I don't know. It's probably fine. But I feel like you're interacting with C anyway, right? All the library functions for the Game Boy are not written in C++. So, I don't know. I feel like most people don't use C++ though for Game Boy development. Sorry, what was I doing? Also, did I welcome Yurga? Welcome. Let's see. What do we do? What do we do here? We have a boolean. Bool always draw. Is that a thing? Game Boy runs bytecode, not language. Oh yeah, but like, I think the abstractions that C++ would put in is like more overhead. I don't know. I guess it depends what you use. I don't think many people write Game Boy code. You'd be mistaken. Actually, a lot of people do. There's a lot of Game Boy developers out there. Assembly. Exactly. So it's like, if this is set, then you always want to render these anyway, right? But then, like, wouldn't that just be doing another check though? Whatever, it's probably fine. The way I had it was probably fine. This is only being done like once a second. Are they publishing carts or just distributing the game file? Both? I feel like most people just distribute the game file, the ROM. But people are still making physical cartridges. For real. For real, for real. Okay, so then, okay, down here, initialize the timer. Just draw a 0 for everything. There's a video about someone using C++ 17 to make a game for Commodore 64. I did look into like making a Game Boy game in Rust, but it feels like the tooling is not there yet. It's kind of annoying because I think Rust does not have a compiler target for Game Boy, which, you know, it makes sense. Why would they have that? But someone's working on like doing something for that. But I'm just like, well, I should just write C then. A deconstructor could do stuff like flip a frame buffer. Possibly. Oh, look at this nice compilation. Alright, so we should also display the separator. And this one's actually going to be frame number 11. And then at the very beginning, when we load the level, we should initialize timer. Alright, does this work? That's the question. No. What is that? What is that? What the frick is that? Alright, this should be 6 by 8. The separator is actually smaller. But I think it's also wrong. Also, where's the other 0? What the heck? Oh, I'm drawing the tens digit twice. Okay, so this should be ones digit. It's also bothering me that these are reversed. It should really be this. And also, I gotta make sure that I'm not also doing this here. Seconds, tens digit, minute. Okay, I've also mistaken it here. This one should be minutes, ones digit. So I think this should work. Why is that heart there? Is that the wrong number? Is it not 10? No, I had 11. It probably should be 10. Alright. Timer digit sprite is It's probably 10. But actually, you know what I could do? To make it more readable, I could go here and tag it. Separator. And now it should be available. So instead of doing timer digit sprite, I could do timer underscore, what did I call it? Let me check this one. It's generated to the file known as number tags. Or maybe not number. Maybe I need to build it. I need to build it first. And then the file exists. Timer tag separator. That's what I need. Alright, does this work? Yes, wait, it's in the wrong place though. It's a bit too far over. Oh, I should, okay, it's because I should move this over here. Okay, I keep pressing the wrong button. It should be this. Because it's actually a little bit smaller. Okay, oh, look at that. That looks pretty good. We got a timer working. Let's go. Amazing. And then you speed it up and it goes. It's literally going right now. I thought I also changed this background to be a different color. Did I not save that? I think maybe I didn't save this. Okay, what if I draw something here? It should theoretically show up. It should be right there. It is there. Okay, the colors are wrong for some reason. It is not using the exact colors that I wanted. Smile. Why is that? Why is it doing that? Did I not have it preserve the index? If we go here, we go to nonogram grid. Oh, I need, okay, I need it to be, keep palette order. I think that's what I need. Oh, that's freaked up. What is that? What is this? Is the palette order wrong? Did I do it wrong here? Shouldn't this be correct? What is this? Oh no. What the heck? Oh, now we have a new problem to solve. Okay, let's not do that for now. Let's commit the code we have, just to make sure that we have two separate changes and two separate commits. All right, so this more or less works. And nonogram top left, we got timer, we got keep duplicate tiles, puzzle update, sprite tile set index. Got all of this stuff. That stuff. I should add a comment. This is 99 minutes and 59 seconds. And then what? Got this stuff. That stuff. These things. Alright, that's good. Wait. Imagine if I didn't add these files. Does that happen to you all? You add a file, you forget to git add, and then you commit it. And you're like, I've made a mistake. Add timer to top left. Alright, now we figure out the background thing. So why is this wrong? I think it might be because if I'm telling it not to use tile index, I think because there's only one color here. It doesn't know what the darkest color is, it doesn't know what the lightest color is. If I specifically put this here, I think it should actually get the colors. But this is obviously a very hacky way to do it. But it should work. It does work. Okay, so I don't want that though. I would rather it not do that. So I need it to preserve the palette. Oh, that might be, oh, that's because in my, right, it's because in this thing we have the palettes are out of order. I think I need to like delete this one. How do I do that? I do this, and then it messes everything else up though. There's got to be a better way. Really makes you think. Oh no, okay, you can just do this. Hold on. You can move, you can remap palette. Now, if you move this around, if you move this to the end, you can remap. Wait, how do you do this? If I delete this one and then remap, it breaks everything. Okay, so never mind. Disregard that. If I were to move this value here and then delete this one and then remap, that's good. That's good. And then we get nonogram top as well. You do the same thing here. You move this thing. How do I move? For some reason it's kind of annoying. Okay, you do this. And then you remap. It broke everything. It actually turns out it broke everything. What if I did this? I don't know why it's doing that. Why did it work for this one, but not for that one? Well, okay, let's try this for now. We'll do this, and then we go to, we go here and we set keep palette order back in there. Now we should see the bottom in the correct palette, but the top one is wrong. Okay, that's expected. We are making some progress. Okay, and then what? And then you take this one, you move it here. Okay, then you remap palette. I don't know why it does that. It's weird. It's very strange. Okay, I guess this one's not that annoying to change. It's actually totally fine. The background is going to be this color. And then the overlay is going to be a different... Wait, the background's a wrong color. No, it's actually the right color. It's just that our overlay is the wrong color. Oh wait, but that doesn't work. This doesn't work though. It's because I was using this. Okay, we need a new color. There needs to be a new color here. I think that's why we had this one. Okay, so this color is still here. No, it's not. What? How? Why did it work for this one? What the heck? What is this, guys? Does anyone understand color palettes in Sprite? Index colors specifically. Because I don't. Okay, what if we there's a way to replace colors, right? Edit, replace color. So we're gonna replace we are going to replace this color with this color. And I believe that's because the default, oh, I think it's just because we had the background as this color. Is that true? I don't know. Guys, I don't even know anymore. What am I even doing? So we have this. Let's have the background, instead of being this color, is going to be this color. It's gonna be this color right here. But that's transparent though. Why does this one have this color, but the other one doesn't? Can I like load the palette from somewhere else? If I load this one is nonogram top. Let's load it from nonogram bottom. And then remap the palette. It does not work. It actually does not work. It simply just does not work. Convert to back. It wasn't a real background tile. Guys, it was so simple. Despite me naming it background, it was not actually a background. It's crazy how that works. Alright, so now we need to replace this color with the lighter color. It's got to be from this to this, but this is also wrong. What the heck? What the frick, guys? What is this? Okay, let's do, what if we had the background be this color? That's probably what I want. I probably want the background to be this color. And then link cells. Cells linked, of course. Okay, and then this one can just be replaced. No, there's a better way. We gotta do it with the replace tool. Replace color of this index with this one, and then do the same thing on this one. Isn't this fun, watching someone struggle with whatever this is? There. And then same thing for this one. Okay, and then you do the same thing for this color. Look, it was actually easy because I remembered that you can do right click. All right, this is here. This one also is here. Okay, now I believe then for this background we need to gotta do this. That's wrong though. Wait, why is that wrong? What the heck? How did I do it here? Like, why is this color correct, but this color is not? Does anyone know? I just don't get it. There's like a dot here. What does that mean? Is there a way for me to set this as the background color? Edit palette. Replace color. What if I went here? Set edit palette. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Sprite set color as transparent. Transparent color. Sprite properties. Sprite properties. Oh, that's all it was, guys. It was actually so simple this entire time. Don't worry. I got it. You were all worried about me, but I figured it out. Alright, so this then should work. Hypothetically. That's good. Okay, we have our background back. Let's commit this. Fix palette. Palette and background images. All right. All right, so now we have a timer. I need to reset the timer at the beginning. So once you enter puzzle.c, when you load the puzzle here, you need to set the frames elapsed should be 0. Initialize timer. Frames elapsed equals 0. Seconds elapsed equals 0. So now if we solve a puzzle and we go to the next one, the timer should go back to 0. Initialize timer may be used before initialization. Classic. Classic thing is that I need to put it above. Or I could predefine it. I'd rather just put it above because it's only going to be used in this function. Undefined identifier, seconds elapsed. Alright, previous frames, previous seconds elapsed is 0. Alright, so if we solve some puzzles, we know for sure that the timer is going to go back. Oh, look at that. The timer also stops when we're not in this state. And then you go next, and then look at that. It's back to 0. Whoa, that's crazy. How did he do that? How did he determine logic for timings? He's actually good. And then it goes back to 0. I also need to figure out at some point how to do save data on the Game Boy. Right? Because after you solve a thing, you should have it save your time. How can he control time? That's crazy. At some point, I'll probably need like my own numbers that aren't just copied from Mario Picross. Because right now, these digits are copied from Mario Picross. These ones are also. This streamer is so unoriginal. This grid is also copied from Mario Picross. This stuff is also copied from Mario Picross. Wait, I think I broke something. We no longer have the thing on the left side. We have this indicator at the top, but we don't have the one on the left. Why is that? We have this one. It is loaded in memory, but it's not actually being used anywhere. What the heck? Nonogram top frame tile count. Oh, it should be using sprite. I copied the wrong thing. This one should be sprite index. It was simply an incorrect copy paste. Alright, so that's there. I think one thing I could do to make this look nicer, because right now the side ones don't look that good. I could have it so that this becomes like white if you're on an odd tile, an even. I guess this is actually technically row 0, column 0. If you're on an even row, then you could have this be entirely white. If you're on an odd row, this could be entirely this color, and then it kind of looks like this thing is extended out. Wouldn't that be cool? That's something I could do in the next 10 minutes, probably. Let's just, let's just do this. Let's do that. Simply doing it. Okay, so let's load up the sprite. Sprite.asprite. So we have this one. We have that one. We have this one. So we're actually going to have 2 more for each of these. Instead of being a row indicator, it's going to be row indicator. Well, hold on. Row indicator far even. And then row indicator far odd. Right, so you have this one here. And this one. So if you're on an odd number, it should be white. Sorry, even. If you're on an even even number, it should be entirely white. You could probably have it be like this. That might look nicer. And then this one is going to be entirely this color. Whoops. And the same one for this. So it starts off as this color. And then you have another one. New empty frame. Column indicator far even. And then this color. New tag. Column indicator far odd. For some reason it deleted what I had. Oh, wait. Okay, let's delete this one. Okay, so these should be there. And then we simply go here. Row indicator far frame start. So then row. So this one. If we have, let's see, what is it called? Sprite X, screen X, cursor grid X, cursor grid Y, mod 2. Then, okay, so if it's mod 2, that means it's odd. So far odd, far underscore odd. Otherwise, even. Nope. What's wrong with this? It should be a question mark. Wow, I hate that formatting, but whatever, it's fine. And then you do the same thing for this one. Wait, am I drawing this twice? Hold on. We have cursor frame, we have this one is the far one, this one is the close one, and then we have these two. Why don't I draw these in different orders? It's weird. But okay, so this one should be, instead of row, it should be column. And then this one should be grid X. Alright, let's try that. Nope. 285. It should be sprite meta tiles. Whoa, look at the guys, look at that, that's crazy. You see that at the top? It doesn't blend in nicely, but what if I add it like an outline? What if I did that? Oh, but then, okay, then I need to move it over. It needs to be shifted over by 1. Imagine doing that. I don't know if this even looks good, but it's probably fine, right? Got this one and this one. Okay, but then when I do it here, I need to add 1 to it. It should actually be screen X. Screen X. Plus 1. Now it could also... No, it should be screen X minus 1. So it should be this. But then this thing is going to be in the wrong place. So I can simply adjust the sprite for this one as well to be... Wait, that wouldn't work. But let's just try it. It's gonna be misaligned. That's fine. Oh shoot, look at it. Doesn't that look so cool? If perhaps a bit distracting. But maybe it's fine. I think that looks nice. Okay, but then this thing is misaligned though. So I think I also need to update this one to be down. Oops. And also this one. And then, okay, so this thing needs to be moved down by 1. Same thing for this one. And that one. Alright, I think that's good. Yo, look at this. That's crazy. How did he do that? I think I could also adjust this slightly so that this thing blends in nicer. But maybe this is fine. You know, this is probably fine for now. It's probably good. I could also... I could add this color here. Maybe. No, maybe not. What if I did this? What if I had this here? And then this also goes here. And then it looks like it's clipping into the page. My brain is telling me the top indicator is one more pixel away than the left one, but I think it's lying. The top one is one more pixel away. No, that's fine. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, maybe we don't have this one. What if we had this? I don't think that would work. Okay, what if we just did this? We had this here, and this there, and then this one also clips in. It probably looks really bad. But what if it wasn't? What if it actually looked good? No, no. I don't think so. I don't know. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's fine. Oh, I think, okay. What if I had a line going from here and there? What if that was good? I should also end my stream. It is about that time that I end my stream. You know, we did some stuff today. Okay, but what if we did this though? What if we had this line here, and then this one down here, and then when you run this, it's gonna actually line up with the cursor. Whoa, that already looks way better. Now it looks like this thing is like extruding from this thing, right? Isn't that cool? I feel like the background color that I use is a bit distracting, so maybe that doesn't work as well. But I think this effect looks nice. Let me just replace this with like a solid color or something. Alright, what about this one? Whoa, dude. Look at that. It looks pretty good, I think. Okay, I need to like also replace this one up here, but I think for now this is good. I might also consider having two different tiles for left and right. What does our VRAM look like? That looks pretty good. I think that looks nice. Wow, look at that. Look at all those special effects that we have. Now, I do want to think of a way to make this look nicer, though. I don't know what a good way for that to be is. I could extend this line all the way to the end, and then I could maybe have, like, this indicator could, like, poke in a little bit. So, like, rather than it being here, it could, like, be poking into the grid. That would be maybe kind of nice. But I will figure that out off stream. Probably. Update indicators to extend out of grid. What's a better word for this? I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It is time to end the stream. Oh, what the frick? Wait a second. Did I not pull? Did I not pull? Wait, what, I can't push this? Hold on. Add palette of background images. I feel like git push force is fine. Hold on, I gotta make sure. github.com/wolfie/gbdk example. What is in the current main? Fixed palette of background images. Fixed palette. Okay, I probably like did something weird for this. Whatever. We're gonna push it. Forced. And now we end the stream. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Good progress today. Let's find out what day it is. Let's raid someone. Fall equinox. Wait, is it? It's officially fall today? National Ice Cream Cone Day. Car Free Sunday. It's not even Sunday. What the frick? It's not even Sunday. A bunch of days today. A lot of days today. World Rhino Day. DJ Khaled Day. White Chocolate Day. Hobbit Day. First day of autumn. We could do autumn raid. Is it first day of autumn? It is in fact today. Okay, let's do autumn raid. Fall equinox. Fall equinox day raid. First day of autumn raid. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, let's do that one. Fall equinox day raid. Oh, and then I have the fall emo. That's perfect. Alright, who do I raid? Who is streaming? Who is out there streaming? I will send you over to someone. But who? But who is it going to be, though? What about this guy? We can raid Private Lexi. He's playing some Euro Truck Sim too. But whom? But whom even? Anyway, that's gonna be it. No stream on Wednesday most likely, because I have a work thing from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And so no stream then. But I should be back on Friday with possibly some more game development. And then we have Saturday. Saturday, Variety Saturday Gaming, or game development. Now that the game jam is over, I'm less inclined to work on this all the time. Like I can not work on this on Saturday. But I will be working on it off stream. So I probably will have done quite a bit by the next time I stream this. I'll be like, whoa, check it out, guys. The game is done. Probably not, but what if it was? Wouldn't that be cool? You show up and it's like, I wonder what he's doing with the game now. And it's like, we got like 100 levels. We have a level select system. We have a story mode. We have NPCs you can talk to. You could walk around in the overworld. You can fight Pokemon or something. You can go fishing. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Anyway, the raid's going. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.